After more than a decade away, RAM is officially bringing the all-new Dakota back, and the mid-size truck segment is about to face its most capable competitor yet. If you've been shopping mid-size trucks but keep running into the same wall, not enough towing, not enough capability, not enough truck for the money, the Dakota is being built to change all of that. Most people assume mid-size automatically means less power than a full-size, but the Dakota SRT is targeting up to 510 horsepower, more than the engines found in most full-size pickups on the road right now. Dakota is back. More than a decade, that's how long the mid-size truck segment has moved forward without a Ram in it. The Dakota name disappeared after the 2011 model year, and while the segment exploded in sales and competition, Ram was nowhere to be found. The Tacoma kept stacking wins. The Ranger came back stronger. The Colorado improved generation after generation, and the Gladiator carved out a loyal following all its own. Now it's Ram's turn. The all-new Dakota is confirmed, developed specifically for the North American market, and slotted directly below the Ram 1500 in the brand's pickup lineup. This isn't a lifestyle-oriented crossover with a bed attached. It's a mid-size pickup riding on a traditional body-on-frame platform, the kind of architecture truck buyers have come to expect from a Ram. Overall length falls in the neighborhood of 210 inches, placing it squarely alongside the Tacoma and the Ranger, wide enough to stand up to the best in the class, compact enough to stay genuinely mid-size. The nameplate alone isn't enough to make a dent in a segment this competitive, but the capability numbers Ram is backing it with are a completely different story. Genuine work machine. Here's a question worth asking before any of the design or feature discussion. Can this truck actually do the job? That's what mid-size truck buyers tend to care about most, and it's where the Dakota needs to perform from day one. Think about what it actually costs to own a mid-size truck that can't tow your boat, your trailer, or your camper without maxing out. Either you step up to a full size, which brings its own set of compromises, or you leave the load at home. The Dakota is being built, so that's never the conversation. Towing capacity is expected to reach 7,700 pounds, which puts it on equal footing with the Jeep Gladiator's best configuration and well ahead of the Toyota Tacoma's current ceiling of around 6,500 pounds. Payload figures are projected at approximately 2,200 pounds, clearing the Tacoma's top figure by roughly 500 pounds and putting the Dakota among the class's most capable options from the start. The foundation behind those numbers is the Jeep Gladiator platform, a proven body-on-frame architecture with a track record both on pavement and off it. Sharing bones with the Gladiator means the Dakota arrives on an established engineering base rather than being developed from scratch on an unproven foundation. A truck used as a daily driver burns through fuel fast, especially when it's moving in and out of traffic rather than pulling a load. That running cost adds up, and it's one of the real reasons buyers hesitate before committing to a truck in this class. That's precisely the argument the base powertrain lineup is being built to counter. The entry-level engine is expected to be a turbocharged 4-cylinder, a 2.0-liter Hurricane unit from Stellantis, which brings solid output without the fuel appetite of a larger engine. Hybrid and plug-in hybrid variants are reportedly under development as well, acknowledging where the market is heading without abandoning buyers who aren't ready to make that jump. All of it will be assembled at Jeep's Toledo assembly plant in Ohio, where Stellantis is investing close to $400 million in retooling for Dakota production, a commitment that signals a genuine long-term plan. Building in the United States also removes the tariff exposure that affects import-dependent rivals, giving Ram a more stable cost structure as the lineup evolves. A capable standard lineup is one thing, but Ram didn't stop there, and what's coming for the performance variant is the kind of news that makes every other mid-size truck maker nervous. High-performance SRT coming too. Ram officials have already confirmed it. A Dakota SRT is in development, and the stated goal is to offer the most powerful powertrain of any truck in the mid-size segment. That's not a vague aspiration. It's a direct challenge to a very specific competitor. Right now, the performance benchmark in the segment is the Ford Ranger Raptor, which runs a twin-turbocharged V6, producing 405 horsepower. The Raptor has held that position comfortably, and no mid-size performance truck has seriously threatened it. The problem with performance trucks in this segment has always been the ceiling. They're fast enough on the road and capable enough off it, but none of them have ever felt truly unrestricted. That's the gap the SRT is being built to close. Some early reporting pointed toward the 392 cubic inch V8, the same engine found in the Jeep Wrangler 392, producing approximately 470 horsepower. That alone would clear the Raptor's output figure, but the more credible reporting is pointing somewhere else. Industry sources are converging on the 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-six from Ram's Hurricane engine family, which in its highest state of tune is rated at 510 horsepower, putting the Dakota SRT more than 100 horsepower ahead of the Ranger Raptor if those numbers hold. A gap that size doesn't just shift the hierarchy. It changes what buyers in this segment think is possible from a mid-size performance truck. The SRT package is about to bring purpose-built off-road suspension, reinforced chassis construction, all-terrain tires, and a distinct exterior treatment that removes any ambiguity about the truck's intentions. Four-wheel drive will be standard, and the Gladiator platform underneath gives the SRT genuine off-road credentials to back up the performance numbers. That level of performance would mean nothing if the rest of the truck couldn't back it up, and the interior is where RAM is making sure the Dakota earns its price tag across every single trim level. Utility and convenience. RAM has a clear formula for what a truck interior should feel like, and the Dakota is being designed to apply that formula at the midsize level. The RAM 1500 has set a genuine benchmark in the full-size class, in materials and layout, and in the overall sense that the cabin was designed by people who actually use trucks. That same philosophy is being carried into the Dakota. Spend enough time in a current mid-sized truck cabin on a long drive and the limitations become obvious. Tight shoulder-to-shoulder space, a dash that feels like it's pressing in. The compact proportions of most mid-sized trucks are a daily reminder of the compromises made to hit a certain footprint. The Dakota is about to sidestep that issue. Reports indicate it will be slightly wider than the Tacoma, the Ranger, and the Colorado, which translates into more shoulder room across all seating positions, a practical improvement that shows up every single time the doors close. Trim levels follow the RAM 1500 structure. Tradesman, Bighorn, Laramie, Rebel, and Limited are all expected at launch. That range lets the Dakota serve a first-time midsize buyer just as effectively as someone stepping down from a full-size 1500 who isn't willing to give up interior quality to do it. The Rebel trim, previewed at RAM's Investor Day presentation, features a redesigned grille, a functional S-duct on the hood, and a stance built for genuine off-road use. Technology and safety features will draw from RAM's current suite, with a well-stocked standard equipment list at each trim level and available upgrades that scale appropriately as the price climbs. So, the Dakota is shaping up to be one of the most complete mid-size trucks ever brought to market. But none of that matters if the price puts it out of reach, so let's talk numbers. Release date and price. Production is scheduled to begin in the next year, with the Dakota arriving at dealerships shortly after. Base Tradesman models are projected to start around $35,000, placing the entry-level Dakota directly in line with the segment's established players. Bighorn is about to follow at approximately $38,000, with Laramie projected at around $42,000. The Rebel, with its off-road hardware and exterior upgrades, is expected to start near $45,000, while the fully appointed Limited is projected to come in around $48,000. The Dakota SRT carries an estimated starting price of approximately $65,000, a premium that reflects the performance hardware, suspension upgrades, and the competitor it's targeting directly. The RAM Dakota spent more than a decade away from the market, and everything about this truck suggests that time was put to good use. A genuine body-on-frame platform, towing capacity projected at 7,700 pounds, payload figures pushing toward 2,200 pounds, and a powertrain range that stretches from an efficient Turbo 4 all the way to a potential 510 horsepower SRT. The Dakota is arriving with a real answer to every question the midsize segment has been asking. The interior draws directly from the RAM 1500 playbook, the cabin is wider than most of its direct rivals, and the pricing structure covers everyone from the value-focused buyer starting at $35,000 to the performance-driven buyer willing to stretch to $65,000 for the SRT. This isn't a truck built just to exist in the segment, it's built to lead it. Still, taking over the segment won't be an easy task. The competition is extremely tough, starting from the class-leading Toyota Tacoma that is coming with further updates for the next year, which you can check out in our next video. From further hybrid powertrain upgrades to the addition of the latest technologies, the Tacoma is about to solidify its dominant position even more.